Miss Tara back with you. We're just going to do a short video today about some pirouette techniques to keep you working on strength and multiple turns. My cats might wander in and out here, so just don't be surprised if you see them. You might want a yoga mat for this. You might also want a block. I've done some of these exercises with my classes before, so you might know what that's for, but we'll grab that later. Otherwise, make sure you're on a surface you can turn on. Wood floors or smooth concrete is okay. Kitchen floor, linoleum, anything like that. I'm going to be barefoot because I'm not going to be turning. I'll direct you into the turns. So we're going to start by talking about the parts of our body that are involved in a pirouette. So when I say the parts of our body that are involved in a pirouette, you guys can probably all guess that that's every single part of our body, from our toes all the way up through the crown of our head. I want to talk about the core first of all, and have this talk with a few of you guys before. The core is a really important part of your pirouette because you're wanting to knit everything together in the front so that you're nice and stable all the way through the center of your body, so you don't get all wiggly and wobbly when you pull up into your passe releve. I'm going to grab one of my books here. I have drawn for you guys this diagram before, but this is actually one of my textbooks from college, and it's much better. It has a much better illustration of what I'm talking about here. So when we talk about the core, we're talking about the center of our body, or anything usually really between our ribs and our knees. And this is a really good description of what I want you to feel like when I say draw your core in. I want you to think about your core coming from all directions, from bottom and top, side to side, diagonally, right? Those two diagonals. And you're thinking about all of those parts of your body being drawn into a center point. So kind of where your belly button is, you're thinking about all of those parts of your body being drawn in toward the center from the top and the bottom. That means pulling the ribs under, lifting the hips up a little bit in the front, right? And then drawing that belly button back toward the spine. So that's what I talk about when I talk about your core. So the first thing that's important for us to do to get ready for our pirouettes is to do a little bit of core activation, and we're going to do that by just doing a few crunches on the floor. So I'm going to get down on my mat, and we'll do just a short set of the crunch routine that we do at the beginning of our jazz class sometimes. So we'll roll back and start with our legs stretched out nice and long. Actually, let's start in the butterfly position. And I want you to think about, before we even start, pulling the belly down toward the floor. And then as you lift your head and neck, the head never comes down all the way. So I'm just gonna lift 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feet flat on the floor, keep going. And you're thinking about the ribs and the hips coming together here, and they're never fully separating all the way out. We're just pushing down to the center every time we crunch in. Let's do legs straight up. Keep crunching in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross right over left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest. Good, stretch out nice and long. So hopefully your bellies are feeling nice and active here. Now let's stand up. I'm going to take my mat out of the way. If you're using a mat, you can do that too. Here. And then next up, we're going to talk about that passe position, right? Excuse me. So we want the foot nice and high as you draw it up on the knee. So I want you to think about, as you draw the knee up, pulling the knee in toward the belly, and then drawing the belly in as you do that. So my toe is touching my leg the whole time. My knee is pulling up and in. Same thing on both sides. That was incredible. My cat just jumped over my iPad and never got in the way of the camera. I'm pretty impressed. Good. We're gonna come down and we're gonna do a little exercise with this. Yeah, we're gonna draw the foot up for 4 counts, and then you're gonna press the foot back down. Draw it up for 2 counts, and press down, and then up 1 and 2. And then same thing on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 7. Yeah, we'll go through that 2 times. We're gonna stay in parallel because we're just gonna talk about jazz pirouettes today, or turned in parallel pirouettes. Here we go. Feet together, nice and tight. Think about tight positions with the feet and the legs here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw the leg up. 2, 3, 4. Press it down. 6, 7, 8. 2 counts and down. One more time and down. Let's do 4 counts again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw it up and down. 2 times. Here we go. Press and press. Left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press down. 7, 8. 2 times. 2 counts. And down. And 5. And down. Good. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw it up for 2. Then press down and down. Good. Take a break. Shake the legs out. Hopefully your passe position is feeling nice and high. Now let's talk about our preparation position, right? Our parallel fourth. I was checking my notes, sorry. I'm going to take my right leg forward first, my left leg behind. I'm going to face sideways here so you can see the distance between my legs. I'm not going very far in either direction, right? I'm not stepping really super far back, sorry bud, or too close, yeah? My knees are separated, there's space between my knees. And then you'll also notice that my pelvis or my upper body is right between those 2 feet, those 2 legs, as I plie into that position, right? I'm right there in the center. I'm not pushing over my front leg. I'm not leaning too far back into my back leg. You should be able to feel that pretty well. So just bounce in that position for a moment, and then we're gonna switch sides and find, that was a little too far back for my foot there, and find that position again. So you'll feel, if your foot's too far back, it feels like you have to lean too far to get a center balance. So you just wanna step your feet a little bit closer and then plie right down in the center of that position. Okay, so when we pop up into a passe, into a pirouette, the movement we wanna think about is a push down through the floor and then a lift through the upper body. So there's another movement that we do that feels like that, and that is a saute, right? In order to do any kind of jump away from the floor, you're pushing into the floor to lift off, and then you're lifting through your upper body to create that kind of loft feeling. So we're gonna practice that in our 4th position saute. We're gonna do 4, and then we'll rest, and we'll do 4 on the other side. So this is just to get you guys feeling nice and active through the legs and feet. I'm not gonna jump, you're gonna jump. I'll guide you through that. So right foot forward, left foot behind, me and my cat here. Press down into the floor. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. You saute 1, land 2. Saute 3, land 4. Saute 5, land 6. Saute 7, land 8. Good. Do the other side. Left foot forward here, right foot behind. Find that good position between both feet, not too much space. Weight centered. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Saute 1, land 2. Saute 3, land 4. Saute 5, land 6. Saute 7, land 8. So hopefully you guys were lifting off the floor enough that you were pointing your toes all of the way and getting nice and straight through the legs and feeling that push momentum through the legs. That's what you want to feel as you pull up into releve. Okay, next thing to talk about here is our center of gravity. And so in a pirouette, we want our center of gravity to be somewhere in between our belly button and our pelvis, yeah? So somewhere right in the middle of the body. That's the heaviest part of your body usually, and that's what we want to line up over our big toe. So as you come up into your passe, from your preparation, you want to think about getting that center of gravity right over that part of your releve where you're balancing, right over that middle toe and toward the big toe, not toward the inside of the foot. And then your arms come into play here by staying a little below the shoulder, so closer to your center of gravity, so you can balance your center of gravity right over your leg. He's really all about me in this video, isn't he? Good. And I have a good visual for you guys for that as well. So here's my little dancer. This again is from one of my textbooks from college, but here's my dancer here. You can see this line kind of going all the way, well, not in this one. Here, you can see it in this one. You can see this line going all the way through her body, from her toes, through her knee, through her hips and pelvis, through her belly and back, all the way up through the crown of her head. So she has stacked all of her body parts right over that big toe. And you guys know that the reason you can, when you feel that, or you can, usually you feel it more when you're off, right? You feel it when you fall forward or when you're falling back. And that simply means that your body is not lining up your center of gravity over your releve. You're either pushing too far forward, or you're not pushing back, or you're lifting your chest too much. So those are two of the most common mistakes in a pirouette, reasons you would fall out of them, right? It's because you're not lining up your center of gravity over your releve. In order to do that, you have to think about that push down through the big toe and the lift through the true center of your body, not through your sternum, right? You have to lift through the crown of your head, through the back of your head. So your ribs are pulled in, your hips are pulled up and in, just like in the core exercise we did, and the crown of your head is reaching high, okay? Last thing here is our exercise with the yoga block. So if you have a yoga block, grab it now. If you don't, really you could use just about anything else, yeah? Make sure it isn't too heavy, but you want something to be able to push in between your hands. The reason we're doing this is because I want you to feel activation in your back when you come into your pirouette. So press into the block for me for a second. And what do you feel, right? Do you feel some work in your chest here? Yeah, okay. Do you feel some work in the muscles of your back right here, right under your shoulder blades? Yeah. And what does it feel like they're doing? It feels like they're kind of pushing out and down, doesn't it? Yeah. That's what I want you to feel as you come into your pirouette. So let's hold our block in our hand, find our preparation position on either side, figure out the distance between the feet, plie down nice and far, and we're gonna press into our passe releve at the same time. I want you to push into your block. Elbows stay nice and high here. Ready? Here you go. Plie and press into that releve. And so you want to feel activation in your back. Let's do the other side. Here we go. Feet apart. Find that good preparation position. Plie down. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Press releve. Push into the block. Good. Yeah. So you can do that a couple different times to really feel the activation. Let's take the block away. Let's do the same push into releve without the block. This time, see if you can recreate it. The way I do it is thinking about hugging something between my arms as my fingertips come together. So my back is feeling wide. It's feeling like it's pressing down into my lower spine. Here we go. Ready? Nice big plie in that preparation. 5, 6, 7, 8. Press releve. That was not a good one for me. Hopefully it was better for you. But I felt the activation in my back. On the left side here. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Press releve. Good. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to do our pirouette exercise. I'm going to count it out for you. We'll do it right and left, and then you guys can repeat it as many times as you like. The exercise goes I need you to move, bud. I need that space. The exercise goes, tendu to the side, parallel, 1, 2, you prep back, 3, 4. We're gonna press into releve for the first one, 5, 6, holding it, and then come down nice and tightly, 7, 8. We're gonna repeat it, 1, 2, 3, 4. This time you do a single turn, land, and then a double turn, and then a double or a triple turn, and we'll repeat the whole thing on the left side right away. So you're gonna do it 4 times on each side. First time is a hold balance, second time is a single turn, third time is a double turn, fourth time is either a double turn or try for a triple. Got it? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna count the whole thing out for you. 5, 6, 7, 8, tendu, 1, 2, prepare, and releve, hold, close. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, single turn, and close. Make sure that spot is nice and sharp. Prepare, spot, spot, close. One more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, spot, 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 and close. Left side, 1, 2, prepare, balance, and close. 1, 2, 3, 4, single sharp, spot, close. 1, 2, 3, 4, double turn, close. Last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn, 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 and close. Good, nice job you guys. Hopefully you can take some of these exercises, practice them at home, keep practicing those pirouettes, and we'll see nice ones when we get back into the studio.